The chair is calling a special board meeting for October the 3rd. Roll call.
At
5:38.
5:38. Ms. Ross?
Present.
Ms. Copeland? Ms. Elliott? Ms. Thurman?
Here.
Ms. Crawford?
Present.
Ms. Smith? Here. Ms. McClendon? Here. Also present is Attorney Gustavo, Buildings and Grounds, Mr. Birdie, Director of Finance, and Ms. Pat Lawson.
We'll stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What is participation?
Yes, Ms. Watkins?
Good evening, board, community, and staff.
Good evening.
To the board, I have to ask you a few questions. If there's a water main break that's in the village and it affects a school on a Thursday evening and your building and grounds person know about it on Friday morning when there's still no water, who makes the call for our students, our children not to be at a health risk? I'm gonna go ahead, you don't have to flick me. Jesus, keep me near the cross. If the superintendent is not here, who steps up and makes that call? Because the principals can't make that call to close the school. Or the principal can't make the call to do a roll call so that the parents could either use some of the empty classrooms that's in some of the other schools and get their children there. Now, I don't know if you all fix your food at home without washing your hands with soap. But if you all do, that's a house that I don't want to eat at. But I don't think you all should be putting our children's health at risk. If there was a problem with the water main break, and if you didn't know about it, I suggest you talk to your building and ground manager and your superintendent about it as well. Because to my understanding, there was no water there until after breakfast was served. Now, if you can make the decisions to hire unlicensed, unqualified security, if you can make the decisions to build a shed that look like a house, how come can't nobody make a decision to keep our children at heart? Who is really thinking about the children? If you can make these kind of decisions and you can sleep with yourself at night, I applaud you. Because anytime somebody harm a baby and a child can't defend himself and don't know whether they're eating any particles from somebody's filthy hands or not, I don't see how you could sleep with yourself at night. If you knew about it. And like I say, if you did not know about it, I strongly suggest that you talk to your superintendent who is not in attendance on this evening. And again, I ask for you all to strongly consider this superintendent who is steady putting our children at risk, who is steady using my tax dollars along with other taxpayers' money in Bellwood. I strongly suggest that you all get rid of her. What has she done for the district to improve it? When an article comes out in a newspaper, the thing that a superintendent is not supposed to do is not to go and get all principals together and intimidate and threaten them. But if that's the kind of superintendent that you all want for this district, I ask for each and every one of you all to resign, because you all are not fit to be older children. Because you all continue to let this madness happen. But then if we go to other measures, Then you all want Bellwood Police or the door bouncers to come and bounce us up out of here. But as long as I have a voice, as long as my tax bill says School District 88, you're gonna continue to see me. Whether you like it or not. I can have one foot in the grave and the other one on the banana peel, and I'm gonna be right here until she is out of here. And until those of you that up there have no business being up there are out of here. So if you all can't get rid of your superintendent, get off the board.
Ms. Perez?
I'm starting to get worried myself because of all the bad decisions that are being made here. Not only is our schools looking bad, but our towns. We're losing kids in our district. People are moving away. This is making this bad decision making. I'm sorry, I get nervous.
You're fine. Go ahead.
But you guys need to be held accountable for your actions. You guys were put here by us. We voted you guys in. You're supposed to look at things as they're happening, and you guys are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And this is bad. You raise our taxes for what? So you could hire security guards? When our kids need to be secure, you're leaving them on buses, getting lost? Come on. Watch what you're doing. You guys are supposed to watch what's going on. People are moving away. And just like I said, because of all this, I did a background on Mrs. Hendricks. She did not complete her modules up until this year. She should have never been the superintendent of this district. Look into that. If you guys cared about our town and our kids, you would start reading between the lines at what you're signing and what you're okaying. Because it's not cool when you have people here worrying about what's going on in our district and in the papers. That's not cool at all. The decisions that you guys are making are not cool. And that's what I have to say. Look into what I just said.
Ms. Giles?
I come here today with a lot of misgivings about what I'm going to say. Prayed about it, and I have to say it. First of all, I'm going to address the thing about the security. I presented a FOIA both in writing as well as I read it to the board. I got an answer, and the person who answered it is named Freedom of Information Act. I would like when I send something to the board that it has a person, somebody's name on it, somebody that's held accountable for what they send me. I'm going to now read the response. In response to your FOIA request regarding security, please note that due to the urgent security concerns, incidents that had occurred, immediate security measures were needed. Aside from the consideration of the local police department, no other bid processes were able to occur within the limited time frame. As the district's responsibility was to the safety of District 88 staff, students, and visitors. The security measures were presented at the special board meeting held August 9th, 2016, at which time the Board of Education passed the vote to install the current company. The minutes are attached for your review. Okay. The person that wrote this, I'm sure they don't understand that this is a violation in itself. The meeting that you held to acquire the security firm, that was in violation. That is not a reason. To hire a security firm is not a reason to go into closed session. That is against OMA, period. You have basically 4 reasons why you should go into, well, there are 24, but most of those won't be applicable to us. And somebody actually wrote this to me and they sent the minutes and everything. Anyway, when you hire firms, it seems to me like you get some of the most unqualified people available. Where do you look? Crooks Anonymous? I don't understand. I really truly don't understand. Where do you actually find these people? I just had some work done on my home. I went to the Better Business Bureau and I looked at the reviews for these companies. Why is it that we have companies, most of them come from the South Side where our superintendent lives, okay, over and over again we're seeing these addresses. Aren't there good companies in our surrounding area? It seems to me that there should be. Aren't they good enough? All these people, oh, by the way, with the second part of my FOIA requested information on the PR firm, which is another one that was hired without the public knowing. They just appeared, just like the security firm just appeared. There was no answer to that. So I would request that when I do, or we write a FOIA to the board, that we have somebody responsible to answer it, who's held accountable for answering it, and also, I know the lawyer didn't do this. I saw his writing and it's nothing like this. And I'd also like for the FOIA to be completed. I would like to know if this board knows that the person that they hired, the firm, the security firm that they hired, the guy that's supposed to be the owner of that firm, that man has 2 different aliases, that he just got out of jail this year. Is anybody aware of that? And he carries a gun. All of them carry a gun. Visibly. As a matter of fact, that was one of the things that had to do with the arrest, carrying a gun. Was anybody aware of that? And why isn't it that the Bellwood Police Department was not good enough? What was the immediate concerns? Because I've not seen any. I've seen people in our audience who've attacked. Somebody almost attacked me.
John, your 5 minutes is up.
Okay, it's my 5 minutes. Okay.
Yep.